it's interesting, and you have a close connection with Northwest Missouri State, but, it's unbelievable what has happened with that football program. From the time Mel Churchman was there coaching, and not only that, washing uniforms as well as being the head coach, to a team that went to 5 straight national championship games. I mean, it's been an unbelievable ride, and, it's quite the story what's happened at Northwest Missouri State. Mel Churchman, legendary coach, he retires. Now you replace literally a legend for that school. Scott Bostwick gets the job, defensive coordinator. So excited to have a job. He passes away earlier this summer, and then here's Adam Dorrell, the offensive coordinator from the hometown, leading that football team. And he's told it to us. He thinks he's the right guy for the job at the right time, and I agree with him. It's somebody within their program. And do you think? You talk to the alumni, and the pulse of the people, the fan base. They have to be excited to have somebody from their system as their head coach.
I don't talk to as many people as you probably think. I talk to my group of people. To be honest with you, I don't think a lot of people know who I am. Maybe I'm wrong, but nobody ever
comes. You read the message boards. You have message boards on your website.
I think that they made the right choice. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I think it would have been dumb to have even really opened it up to any outside candidate. And here's the reason why I believe that. I believe that Mel Churchman is a great football coach. He's one of the greatest coaches ever in Division II, if not the best. There's an argument there. He's had great players and great coaches under him who have trained other great players and great coaches. There are people that are under the Churchman umbrella or from the Northwest family that are great coaches. Josh Lamberson at Central Missouri, Jim Sabota at Central Missouri. They coached under Mel Churchman. They would have been good hires, but I don't believe that it would have been smart to go outside of that family because of what Mel did and the culture that he created that you're going to see now at Central because Jim Sabota was a part of that and because Josh Lamberson.
How did Mel do it? I mean, how did he do it?
Well, I think part of the thing is that, it was about him as a person first and about how he treated people. And, everybody, thinks that Mel Churchman is this great, grandfather figure, but, he'll get into people and he has a way of telling you stink that people take to heart. People who are the most, combative youngsters ever. When he says something, he won't he won't say it directly like you stink, but he'll say, we need to do this to improve. They really take it to heart. And then he created, that part of that honesty and openness creates a culture of competitiveness and, working towards a common goal. Everybody buys in. It sounds cliche, but everybody buys into winning, not about my stats.
Well, what's funny is Mel Churchman takes over 94, 0-11. I mean, there had to have been doubts right there from the beginning. His next year he goes 6-5, the wheels start to spin, but it had to be tough for him because his first year there, it's like, okay, same old deal.
Right. Well, I think it was part of the problem was underestimating how hard it was going to be to win a couple of games. But, part of the deal there is that the previous coach, lacked talent. He didn't know how to build a program. He spent all his money on running backs and would let walk-ons be offensive linemen. Adam Dorrell was one of them. But, he wouldn't spend any money on the line. And I believe in Division II, you win.
Wait a minute. With all the Miami thing going on, let's clarify. You're talking scholarships.
Yeah, you spent all
the money on the running backs. Scholarship money.
Equivalency.
Here we go.
He would use all his scholarships on running backs. And I believe in Division II, you win on the lines with the quarterback and playing smart football.
It's not just Division II. That's any football. You win on offense and defensive line. But what I liked about when Coach Dorrell came in here and we talked about things, when you go to Northwest Missouri State, you earn playing time. What I think the big significant factor was and what made Mel Churchman great is they redshirt all of their freshmen. Mm-hmm. And that just blew me away at the D2 level. When I played at Central Missouri State, we redshirted 2 guys, and that was because of injury. Mm-hmm. And then when I go up to Northwest Missouri State and I'm watching a playoff game a few years ago, I'm looking through the thing, and I see they have 40 kids that they redshirt.
Right.
And it just blew me away. But you think about that extra year of strength, learning the program, learning about what it's all about at the D2 level, at the high D2 level. Right. That's what made them come on strong.
Well, it is Division II, but, to be really honest, the commitment they make is no different than what Division I kids make.
No, not at all.
I mean,
but
as far
it's
as
the same deal.
Right.
You're looking at D1 with the red shirting and all that stuff that they do at D1. Now you're seeing it at the D2 level, which you hadn't seen.
You might see it more at good Division II than you do at good Division I because
players can't afford to do it. They got to play them right away.
Well, like at Oklahoma, Adrian Peterson wasn't redshirted because he was going to be there for 2 years and gone. So you can either play him for 2 years or let him redshirt and be gone after 1 year. So the great D2 teams will do that. And in addition, I don't believe that you can take a kid who played offensive line in high school, and I don't think he can be effective as an offensive lineman in year number 1, the very first year in Division II. Now, a running back might be able to, a receiver might be able, but an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, in all fairness, there's not a lot of time, but high school offensive line play isn't that good. Because you're dealing with lots of kids, different levels of ability, and they don't have time to really teach kids how to play line.
Brandon Misener in studio with us talking Division II football. If you want to jump in, 913-381-0810, feel free to pick up a line. We'll be back after this, and we'll break down the rest of the MIAA.
You're listening to Three Guys in a Garage on Sports Radio 810 WHB. But wait, there's only 2 guys here, guys. Oh, you mean that fat guy in the corner? He's the third guy in the garage? Well,